The third fact revolves around understanding the numbers. When I was in graduate school, I took a statistics course. I remember the first day the professor stood on the stage and explained that statistics was a real science and could be accurate within plus to minus 4%. He explained the use of statistics in election polls and TV ratings. Then he gave us an illustration of how precise statistics could really be. In that auditorium of 200 people, he projected how many would have a birthday on a certain date that he would select. He gave the date, asked those who had a birthday on that date to stand, and totally captivated all of us with his accuracy. I never forgot that example. In the early days of my network marketing career, I thought I had no control. I thought I needed people and that I was dependent on them for my success. And even though I could control how many I talked to, I couldn't control who got involved. And I certainly couldn't make them successful, although I tried. So if I needed 5 lines to reach a goal, then I'd sponsor 5 people, and I guess I prayed they'd do it. I spent my time motivating them, encouraging them, and being immediately available, always at their beck and call. And I have to tell you, I was miserable. I felt like I had a job. Eventually, I learned the concept that you need people, but you don't need any particular person. I also learned you could not control what they did. You could only control what you did. I learned that in network marketing, you can only control how many you contact. Now, how many decide to see the business and how many decide to get involved is out of your hands. You can't control that. Hard selling, coaxing, convincing, and arm twisting aside, you can't control that. You only control how many you contact. So I decided to apply what I had learned in that statistics course. After all, if statistics apply to every aspect of our lives, then why not network marketing? So, let me simplify it further. There are ratios involving the number of people you talk to and the percentage of that number that actually want to see the business. Then there are ratios between the number of people you show the business to and the percentage of that number that actually sign in. Finally, there are ratios between the number of people who sign into the business and the percentage of that number that actually do something. At the time, I was dealing in warm market and referrals, and my ratios were 1 to 5. That meant that for every 5 people I talked to, 1 wanted to know more. And for every 5 that I showed the business to, 1 got involved. That also meant, though, that for every 5 that got involved, 1 actually built a business. Well, eventually I got more confident, and my ratios improved to 1 to 3. So let me show you how it worked. If I needed 5 key lines to make it to the top of a company, and my ratios were 1 to 3, then I'd sponsor somewhere between 15 to 25 people. In order to do that, it meant I needed to show 45 to 125 people. And in order to have enough to show, I needed to talk to somewhere between 135 to 625 people. Now, some of you might think this is a lot of people, but if you spread it out over 6 to 12 months, it isn't as hard as it may appear. It means you would talk to 1 to 3 people per day. Now, not show the business, just talk. Based on my ratios, 5 were likely to seriously build the business. I have to tell you, knowledge of the numbers and a willingness to work the numbers put me in control of my business. I knew exactly what I needed to do, and it took away the guesswork. Talk about liberating. It totally changed my business. Now that you know the 3 facts, let's go to the next stage of preparation. I call it having a backup. Recruiting does not have to be cumbersome. Having an entire success system in place removes all the guesswork because it takes a new contact through various organized sequential steps from start to finish. A good success system is an entire training in itself, but an important part initially is the recruiting phase, and one of its major components is a backup. If you are going to do some inviting and you're going to recruit people, you need to have a backup in place. When you invite someone to look at the business, remember it's a process, not an event where they say yes or no. Sometimes they say maybe. I hate maybes, although sometimes they mean maybe I would like some more information. Well, a backup would mean that I would have some CDs, DVDs, conference calls, literature, a website, an upline on a 3-way, or places where they can get more information. That is my backup. You also need, online or offline, starter kits, product, applications, training materials, training calls, strategy calls. You might also have regularly scheduled live or taped opportunity and training calls. You need to have these things in place. Nothing is worse than to have someone request more information and you don't have anything. That makes the contact feel very uncomfortable in joining you or your company. Nothing is worse than to have someone say they want to sign in and you don't know what to do with them to get them started. You don't have a support system in place, so they flounder. Then they can't plug anyone into a system because there isn't one. You have to understand that the average person has about 3 weeks of raw excitement, so they need results in a timely fashion to keep their excitement and momentum. They need results in recruiting others or selling product. They need some success to make them want to stick it out. Okay, the third part of preparation is developing a powerful recruiting mindset. There is no question that when we discuss mindset, we cannot overlook the role of emotions. Emotions can make or break a distributor. They can sabotage even the best prepared recruiter. The road to success is filled with landmines, and you need to learn how to maneuver around them. As you are running your race down the road, you will also notice that there are two cheering voices. Just like opposing bleachers, one wants you to succeed and one wants you to fail. I believe everyone has two internal voices that speak to them, one who is an encourager and one who is a discourager. The successful people become a master at tuning out the discourager. They constantly interrupt negative thoughts and evict them. This takes tremendous discipline. In fact, discipline can be one of your greatest allies. Don't ever think successful people don't experience the same fears and apprehensions. They merely use will and discipline to push through the fears. Believe it or not, some of your fears will actually serve you. For example, the fear of failure can either cause you to not try or can cause you to work so hard that failure is not even an option. Managing emotions can be a full-time job. What I want to do here is to give you some key ingredients that will serve you in creating a powerful mindset. There are a multitude of key words, and all play a part in your success. Words like determination, persistence, attitude, tenacity, discipline, and many, many more. Although they are all important, I have narrowed it down to 4 key ingredients in the creation of a powerful recruiting mindset. The first is confidence and belief. I look at confidence and belief as Siamese twins. I personally believe they're interrelated and a result of competence. If you are learning a skill and you become competent at that skill, you are going to have confidence in your ability to do it, which in turn leads to your belief that you can do it. If you do not acquire the skill, it would be pretty hard to have confidence and belief in your ability to do it. When people ask me, how do I become competent? I merely say skill and knowledge. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to learn to play ice hockey. At first you are apprehensive and not totally comfortable on ice skates, but eventually through practice your skills improve. You begin to skate well, maintaining your balance while even holding a hockey stick. As you gain the knowledge of the sport and the skills to play it, you become more competent. Your competence is a result of knowledge and skill. With competence, you start to develop confidence in your ability to play ice hockey, which in turn leads to your belief that you can play ice hockey. Therefore, knowledge and practice, if it's a physical skill, leads to competence, which leads to confidence and belief. The same is true for your confidence and your belief in a company. If you have knowledge that the company pays commissions on time, delivers quality product on time, and goes the extra mile for the distributor, then you assume competency. In turn, that starts to build your confidence and belief in that company. But see, it also works in reverse. If the company doesn't pay commissions or deliver product on time, if the product quality is poor and they do not value their distributors, it would be hard to have the confidence and belief necessary to promote the company. It is important that you have confidence and belief in your company and confidence and belief in yourself. If there's any breakdown in your belief in either one, it will cause you to be tentative in what you're doing, and tentative is no power. If you don't believe in your company, you will feel like a phony when you talk about it. This is terrible on your self-esteem, and your contact, well, They'll pick it up in the lack of conviction in your voice. They will feel it. When you believe in your company and your emotions get involved, it becomes a cause. It becomes a cause for the greater good. When a life insurance agent sits at the dining room table with a family, he has to believe in the benefits and protection that his product and company will deliver to that family in case of a tragedy. To be truly successful, he has to believe in a cause for the bigger good that is more important than the residual money he'll receive. It is the same in network marketing. You are much more effective when you have a cause, a reason that drives you. It becomes a purpose that is internalized. It makes all the difference in your effectiveness when you believe in the company and when you believe in yourself. It's that feeling that you're doing the right thing, that you're making a difference. It's that belief that your income opportunity can change someone's life for the better, or your product can improve someone's health or life. You become passionate about your product because you're using it and you know the difference it is making. You are so confident and you believe so strongly in what you have that it's hard for you not to talk about it and share the product and opportunity so other people can have the same results. When you look at some of the greatest success stories in conventional business, they started with developing the skills and knowledge to have competence. That led to their confidence in themselves and their idea, and in turn, the belief that they could do it. Michael Dell started by taking computers apart and putting them back together. Over time, he developed the knowledge and skill to become competent. That led to his confidence and belief in himself and his idea to create a company that built specialized computers.